Surma Hockey Club, desperate to stay in the race, faces the formidable SG PIPERS, looking to bounce back from their last game. Every pass, every goal, every moment counts. Who will rise and who will fall? Don't blink, because this battle in the Women's Hero Hockey India League is about to ignite. The roar of the crowd, the clash of sticks tonight, history will be written on the field. Brace yourselves for a showdown you won't forget.
Get ready for your double dose of hockey action as the men's HIL begins today too. Now first at 5 o'clock you'll get your live action dosage from Ranchi, where the JSW Surma Hockey Club will be taking on the SG PIPERS, and then we'll be heading straight to Chennai for the match between Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons and Hyderabad Tufan. It is going to be a very interesting day, of course, because the big is back in its truest fashion, and so are we. Hello and welcome. I'm Surbi Wed, and alongside me I've got the former Scotland international midfielder Nikki Lloyd. Namaste, Nikki.
Namaste, Surbi.
Now, another big day for the Hero Hockey India League. The women's HIL is in full flow. The men's begins today too. Plenty to be excited about.
Maza aana wala hai. Yeah.
बहुत मजा आने वाला है निक्की.
Yeah, it's going to be an amazing day. Like 2 games, both showcasing the women and the men. It's really the full revival of this Hockey India League. You know, showcasing the momentum of the women's game, but then, yeah, getting the men back to playing. It's going to be exciting action in 2 different cities.
Now, of course, we'll talk about the men's HIL too in detail, but before that, we need to talk about what happened yesterday, because yesterday we saw Ranchi Royals outclass JSW Surma Hockey Club. And now, of course, they were very good with their game, once again underlining why they are rated so highly, Nikki.
They are. They're really the gold standard at the moment of the tournament. You can see they've blended perfectly between the Argentinian flair, that includes Albertario's 3D skills, and the local grit of Nikki Pratan. And what sets them apart is their midfield transitions. They move the ball faster than anyone else, turning defence into circle entries in a mere matter of seconds. Combine that with Bishu Devi's wall-like presence in goal, and you have a team that is consistently clinical at both ends of the pitch.
Now, you spoke about their midfield transitions. Let's talk about their midfield maestro, Neha, who bagged the Player of the Match award yesterday. Now, how crucial was her role in Ranchi's press and, of course, their overall team structure as well, given her ability to make right calls in tight spaces?
She did exactly that. Her ability in tight spaces is second to none. How she moves and how she communicates with her team just set her apart. She acted as more of a defensive screen and anchored the Royals in their high press, forcing turnovers before Surma could even get out of their half. Her real magic, though, as you said, Surbi, was her decision-making in tight spaces. She worked so well alongside Alonso and Von der Heer, and she just bypassed Surma's pressure. And it was those lightning-fast transitions that really led to Ranchi Royals opening goals and the dominance that they had. And I think it's just showcased in this highlights reel here why she is now seen as one of the best link players in the game.
And they had come fully prepared. Now, yesterday, while talking to her during the post-match presentation, she said that they came fully prepared and they had done their homework well. And of course, they didn't reveal any secret per se, but let's talk about Surma. Now, defensively, they are struggling both in controlling the game and maintaining clean sheets as well. Now, is it a structural issue or is it more about coordination and communication?
I think it's a mixture of things at the moment. For me, it's their tactical work rate and understanding as a team at the moment. They just don't seem to be getting it right. There's definitely a transitional gap for them. They dominate possession, but they fail to score, and they become increasingly desperate, and that means they'll push more and more players forward, which means you're leaving one of their deep defenders like Penny Squibb and Savita in the goal completely isolated against those counter-attacks. Both of Ranchi's goals yesterday came from direct results of that overextension in their defensive line, and so they really need to make sure that they prioritise counter-cover in this game.
But if you have to pin this issue down to one thing, what would it be? Balance, tactics, or just adapting to the league's intensity?
I think it's very difficult to say one thing. I think all those 3 points there you make are excellent. The intensity of this league is something perhaps that the players weren't even expecting. And that says so much about the players, the calibre of players, and how they're stepping up. I think it's going to come down really now to confidence for them as well. They've got an amazing team, they've got a fantastic coach. It's just not gelling, and those frustrations are becoming clearer as each minute goes on that they don't score.
And one thing is for sure, that they don't have any room for error anymore. It's almost now or never for them on the points table as well. Nikki, what do they need to change or improve to get back on track?
I think a tactical clarity, perhaps, just making sure, to use the cliche, they're singing off the same hymn sheet. They need to make sure that, yes, they've got to get that goal. They have to start strongly, but as I've said, they need to make sure that their counter cover, their defensive work rate is strong. So if they do lose the ball, they can win it back higher up the pitch. But I think for me, they need to start the first quarter really fast, get that penalty corner, and then look to players like Penny Squibb to execute with perfection.
Yeah, conversion is what they need to focus on now. They will be in action again today, determined to claim that win that has eluded them so far. They have reached the stadium with survival now. The focus, they can't afford to let this opportunity pass, but standing in their way are the SG Pipers, top of the points table, and a side that has beaten them before. More on this, of course, with Nikki post the short break.
हेलो, आई एम नवनीत कौर। मैं दिल्ली एससी पाइपर्स की कैप्टन हूँ और मैं एज ए स्ट्राइकर खेलती हूँ। और एचआईएल के लिए कि एक अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म है हमारे लिए, हमारे यंगस्टर्स के लिए कि उन्हें एक इंटरनेशनल लेवल का कंपटीशन खेलने को मिल रहा है। लास्ट सीजन जब हम खेले थे तो हमें आइडिया नहीं था कि लीग कैसे होती है, क्योंकि फर्स्ट टाइम खेल रहे थे, और इस बार हमें अच्छे से आइडिया है कि कैसे लीग्स का सिस्टम चलता है। हाँ, बहुत एक्साइटेड हूँ, बहुत टाइम से वेट कर रहे थे लास्ट सीजन के बाद। प्लीज़ ज़रूर हमारा एचएल देखिए। अगर आप यहाँ स्टेडियम में आके देख सकते हैं तो वो और भी अच्छा है, और अगर आप टीवी पे देख रहे हैं तो देखें और हमारी टीम को चीयर करें।
Hello, I'm Nora Bout from the Netherlands, and I play as a midfielder. It's my first time playing for the Ranchi Bengal Tigers, and I'm very excited for the tournament and for the franchise and for everything in this country. I started hockey at 5 years old, so a very young age. Going to the Hockey India League is a big transition, but it's really cool to play with the Indian players. I'm really excited to start the tournament. And then we'll see how it goes, but I think the atmosphere will be very cool, and I'm really excited to play. My parents are here, so they are going to watch in the stadium, so that's really cool. Be passionate about the game, work hard, and then you'll come like at this stage.
मेरा नाम ब्यूटी डुंगडुंग है और मैं स्ट्राइकर खेलती हूँ। मैं चाहती हूँ कि मुझे दुनिया गोल मशीन के नाम पे जाने। मैं ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा गोल करूँ रांची रॉयल्स के लिए, और मुझे प्लेयर ऑफ द टूर्नामेंट मिले। आप एक मैच हारते हो ना तो आपको पता लग जाता है कि आप गलती कहाँ पे कर रहे हो। हमारा ये था कि हम अपना बेस्ट देंगे। जो गोल स्कोरर किया 5 गोल, हमें बहुत ज़्यादा खुशी हुई कि हमने गोल किया। हमारे लिए भी टफ़ है, उनके लिए भी टफ़ है ओबियसली खेलना, क्योंकि वो 2 मैच हार चुके हैं और हम 1 लूज़ किए, 1 जीते हैं। तो हमें तो जीतना ही है। माइंडसेट तो यही रहेगा कि हमने और ऊपर जाना है, हमें नीचे नहीं आना है, तो हमें अपना लेवल अप करना है।
Under the Ranchi lights, the Marangom Ke Jaipal Singh AstroTurf Hockey Stadium is all set for a cracking contest between the JSW Surma Hockey Club and SG Pipers. Now, of course, the last time these two teams met, Pipers won 1-0. Now, from Surma's perspective, how do they approach this rematch and what will be crucial to swing the result in their favor today?
That's a very good question. I think we can expect desperation versus discipline today. The desperation coming from Surma. I think it's going to be very difficult. They need to make sure that they are disciplined in their defence, that they don't overcommit, but more importantly, they just make use of their dominance that they've had in attack, convert their circle chances into either a shot on target, a goal or a short corner. And then for the Pipers, they will look to try and exploit any errors that the Surma team make and look to play their exact style of counter-attack hockey.
Now, Surma, one thing is for sure that they are definitely feeling the pressure, but the SG Pipers, they are not feeling any pressure, and much of the credit goes to their defensive duo of Udita and Lola. Both of them shared some secrets with us. Take a look.
हाय मैं हूँ उदिता दुहन
I'm Lola Riera.
मैं एसजी पाइपर्स को रिप्रेजेंट कर रही हूँ
Today I'm going to tell you
थोड़े से सीक्रेट बताती हूँ टीम के
Beba, probably. It's Beba because she's always like Mickey Jones.
विद नो डाउट बेबा शी इज सो क्रेजी सुबह से ही चार्ज रहती है वो मुझे लगता है सुमन अभी फिलहाल तो मैं ही चल रही हूँ मैं बना रही हूँ साथ साथ नवनीत भी हैं जो कैप्टन है हमारी
She's like all the time recording videos and trying to put everything in social media.
डेलिकेट डार्लिंग
So, for me the delicate darling is Shilpi. Udita. I think it's Udita. She's there.
I think Lola is quite and sharp and beauty.
They have spilled the tea over there. Now also made each other happy by taking each other's name in the beauty queen category, but also the hockey queen, aren't they?
They did, and I liked one of the questions there, who makes the most reels? I think between you and I, Surbi, you definitely make the most.
I won't disagree to that. Now, of course, we've spoken about these two, the defenders, but one other defender to watch out for is Penny Squibb. Of course, she faltered yesterday on that penalty stroke and the corners, but she'll be pumped to rectify that and help her team get their first victory. We spoke to her ahead of this match. Take a look.
Penny Squibb is here with us. Now, it's been a difficult start to the tournament, but this is a must-win match. So, from a player's perspective, how do you put the past behind you and get ready for such an important match?
Yeah, I think we've been disappointed with the results, but also on the flip side of that, we've actually been quite happy with how we've been performing. We've been creating chances, we've been getting into the circle, been getting into the attacking 23 quite a lot. So now for us, it's about putting those performances behind and focusing on today and trying to get some more outcomes in the circle and trying to get the ball in the back of the net.
All the best for today's match.
Thank you.
It's good to see that they remain undeterred by what's happened so far and are choosing to focus on the positives. And Nikki, we're just watching them right now practicing that penalty corner as well.
Yeah, they've struggled throughout this tournament with a really clean trap at the top of the penalty corner. So it's great to see, you know, they're really spending the time there to focus because it's going to be so important. They have to get it absolutely perfect tonight.
Yeah, because SG Pipers would want to stamp their authority once again, just like they did the last time. But how do they plan exactly to do that? Their vice captain, Caitlin Nobbs, sheds light on it.
Caitlin, thank you for joining us. Now, it's been a great start to the tournament. How do you intend to keep that form going as a team and particularly your role as well?
I think, yeah, we have had a really great start to the tournament. I think for us, it is just about improving overall in the whole game. We didn't start too well last game in terms of being able, we went 2-0 down, so just hoping to play a full 60 minutes. And for me personally, just keeping the momentum going and just trying for the next round of versing everyone to just keep building personally and with the connections with the group.
Good luck for today's match.
Thank you.
Done.
With a smile on her face, getting ready for this challenge. Consistency across the full 60 minutes and stronger connections will be their key focus, Nikki.
Yeah, it's imperative they start really strong. Having conceded early on in their previous game, they need to make sure they start strong and they get the first goal.
Now, you've also got your first goal in terms of prediction yesterday. Half of it was correct. Now, what's your prediction for today?
Half is still positive. I would take that as a win for sure. Today's going to be really tricky. The first time they played against each other, it was only a 1-0 win. I think it's going to be a slender lead again. I think, though, for me, the Pipers are going to take it once more in a 2-1 victory over Surma.
Wow, you're backing the Pipers to do a double over the JSW Surma Hockey Club. Now, Nikki obviously has got her mojo back, but will the JSW Surma Hockey Club get their mojo back and find their long-awaited breakthrough? Plenty to look forward to. Stay with us as we take a short break and return with live action.
मेरा नाम ब्यूटी डुंगडुंग है और मैं स्ट्राइकर खेलती हूँ। मैं चाहती हूँ कि मुझे दुनिया गोल मशीन के नाम पे जाने। मैं ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा गोल करूँ रांची रॉयल्स के लिए और मुझे प्लेयर ऑफ द टूर्नामेंट मिले। आप एक मैच हारते हो ना तो आपको पता लग जाता है कि आप गलती कहाँ पे कर रहे हो। हमारा ये था कि हम अपना बेस्ट देंगे। जो गोल स्कोरर किया 5 गोल, हमें बहुत ज़्यादा खुशी हुई कि हमने गोल किया। हमारे लिए भी टफ है, उनके लिए भी टफ है ओबियसली खेलना, क्योंकि वो 2 मैच हार चुके हैं और हम 1 लूज़ किए, 1 जीते हैं। तो हमें तो जीतना ही है। माइंडसेट तो यही रहेगा कि हमने और ऊपर जाना है, हमें नीचे नहीं आना है। तो हमें अपना लेवल अप करना है।
हाय, मैं हूँ रीता दुहन।
I'm Lola Riera.
मैं एसजी पाइपर्स को रिप्रेजेंट कर रही हूँ।
Today I'm going to tell you
थोड़े से सीक्रेट बताती हूँ टीम के।
Beba, probably. It's Beba because she's always like Mickey Jones.
With no doubt, बेबा। She's so crazy। सुबह से ही चार्ज रहती है वो। मुझे लगता है सुमन। अभी फिलहाल तो मैं ही चल रही हूँ। मैं बना रही हूँ, साथ साथ नवनीत भी है जो कैप्टन है हमारी।
She's like all the time recording videos and trying to put everything in social media.
Delicate darling।
So, for me the delicate darling is Shilpi. Udita. I think it's Udita. She's there.
I think Lola. She's quite and sharp and beauty.
Amidst a number of goals, a number of spills and thrills, the Hero Hockey India League 2025-2026 finds its rootedness, its centeredness at the Marangom K. Jayapal Singh AstroTurf Hockey Stadium here in Ranchi. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to another day of fabulous hockey action. It's a Super Saturday, match number 7. The JLW Surma Hockey Club taking on SG Pipers, and JLW Surma are in fact looking for their very first win. SG Pipers would want an encore of their earlier victory over the same side. The temperature's risen slightly. It's not as cold as it was the previous week, and the conditions still are incredibly pleasant for the players to perform in. She has been the lady in form. Navneet Kaur, the captain, has led from the front. SG Pipers has also had some quality players like Udita Duhan. The defensive wall for the Pipers. There's also Lola Riera who has done well. Team Surma will depend heavily on the likes of Salima Tete, Penny Square, Bolivia Shannon, Manuela VR, and of course the HIL goalkeeper of the year from the previous edition, Savita Punya. Because this is what JLW Surma Hockey Club are up against. 3 defeats from 3 victories. On the other hand, SG Pipers are on the other end of the point spectrum, perched comfortably atop with 2 victories and 1 defeat. Ranchi Royals, of course, have had an identical record as well with 2 wins and 1 defeat. Time now for the toss with both the captains in attendance.
Hello Ranchi, it's hockey time. JSW Surma Hockey Club up against the SG Pipers. Captain Navneet Kaur and Salima Tete are here at the center, and so are the on-field umpires, Deepa and Kelly Hudson. It's time to flip the coin.
This is Visa and it's 1. Okay. Who is first choice?
Navneet, who won the toss? Salima, toss जीत के अब क्या करना पसंद करेंगे?
Start the match.
So you heard from Salima. JSW Surma Hockey Club have won the toss and they've elected to start the play.
Well, they have had the toss going their way, but they would dearly love for a result that goes their way as well. JSW Surma Hockey Club were the runners-up last season, but before the match begins, let's have a listen to what the coaches had to say.
The Surma coach Jude Menezes is here with us. It's been a difficult start to the tournament, but today is a must-win encounter. So how's the team approaching this important match, particularly considering what's happened?
Yeah, I think we've put the past behind us. We are focusing on, we know it's a must-win match, so it's a do-or-die game that we're going to play. And yeah, everyone's prepared for it, so we've prepared well. We just have to go out and execute our plans.
And we wish you the best for that.
Thank you very much.
It's been a great start to the tournament for the SG Pipers, and how do you intend to keep that going now in the middle phase of the competition?
That's for sure the objective. We want to improve every game. In this kind of tournament, it's game by game. Yeah, I know it sounds cliche, but that's the reality. So even today, we need to improve our game, and then the result will come.
Best wishes for today's match.
Thank you very much.
Well, both the coaches know what they're up against, more so for the JSW Surma Hockey Club coach Jude Menezes. Runners-up from last season, they are of course cognizant of the fact that this is, to quote Menezes, a do-or-die encounter. We have Kelly Hudson to the right of the screen, accompanied by Deepa. The 2 umpires who have also distinguished themselves with good performances. It's important to note the work they have put in as well, and match officials have had plenty to do over the course of this past week, but they have covered themselves in glory, even as both the teams stride out to the middle. Team SG Pipers are to the right of your screen in their blue with a dash of pink, while in all whites are JSW Surma Hockey Club to the left of your screen in what is a must-win encounter. They certainly have the quality. They have put a lot of effort in the auctions, but Navneet Kaur, who produced the match-winning goal the last time these 2 teams met a few days ago, will want to step up to the plate once again.
Introducing the team SG Pipers, Jersey number 25, Captain Navneet Kaur. 2, Jyoti Singh. 5, Suman Devi. 7, Sharmila Devi. 8, Teresa Viana. 9, Preeti Dubey. 10, Caitlin Knox. 11, Shilema Chanu. 12, Shilpi Dabas. 13, Christina Cosentino. 14, Priscilla Jardel. 15, Ishika. 17, Lola Riera. 18, Udita. 22, Joanna Castellaro. 24, Solanki Bansari. 29, Sunalita Topo. 32, Valentina Costa. 40, Manisha. 55, Deepika. Introducing the team, GSW Sumo Hockey Club. Jersey number 30, Captain Salima Tete. 2, Olivia Shannon. 3, Shiori Oikawa. 5, Jyoti Chatri. 6, Penny Squib. 10, Maria Granato. 11, Savita. 12, Nisha. 14, Sonam. 15, Mamtaz Khan. 19, Vaishnavi Palke. 20, Sarah Robertson. 21, Hina Banu. 22, Baljit Kaur. 23, Jimena Cedris. 24, Jyoti. 25, Manuela Via. 57, Binima Dan. 88, Nidhi. 99, Ajmina Kujul. Ladies and gentlemen,
as always, our pleasure to welcome our esteemed dignitaries, Sri Rajeshwarnath Alok, Additional District Magistrate Law and Order Ranchi, Sri Rajesh Kumar, Deputy Director, Sports Department, Jharkhand, and these gentlemen are accompanied by Mr. B. M. Bhushan, Director Hockey India. Again, goes without saying that much is owed to our esteemed dignitaries as also the organizers. Of course, Hockey India has put up a stellar show in ensuring that the second edition of the Hero Hockey India League has gotten off to a roaring start. We've also had a great support from the administration as well, and a big thank you, of course, to the government of Jharkhand for ensuring that Ranchi once again is decked up for a grand spectacle. One of the 3 cities that's hosting the Hero Hockey India League 2025-2026. It's another August occasion. And a reminder that the men's action will of course be underway in Chennai later tonight with the runners-up from last season, Hyderabad Tufans, taking on the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons, and that will also be live. You can catch the action from wherever you are, and it's a treat. It's a real treat for hockey lovers for the better part of this new year and the month of January as well, as SC Pipers will want to notch up another win.
we now request
JLW Surma will also look for their first win before these two teams lock horns. Time now for the Indian national anthem.
और साथ गाए।
Another wonderful occasion here at the Marangom Ke Jaipal Singh Munda AstroTurf Stadium here in Ranchi, with Super Saturday action all set to kick off on the birth anniversary of the man after whom the stadium has been named. More on that later. But we will, of course, first look at the formations of both the sides, starting with the JLW Surma Hockey Club.
Yeah, this is the starting lineup that coach Jude Menezes has gone with in this must-win game. Savita in the back, Jyoti Chatri, Penny Squibb, Okawa and Jyoti in the back line as a 4-3-3 formation. People you want to look in for midfield, Salima Tete and Sarah Robertson, and then up front Granato is a high-stakes player. She needs to earn her team the goal today. They will really be looking for her. But then on the bench, Olivia Shannon as well to come through.
On the other side, we aren't bound to see too many seismic changes in the Pipers constitution as well, with Cosentino starting on goal in place of Basari Solanki. Udita, Lola Ruera, Valentina Costa and Jyoti Singh comprise a formidable backline. Topo, Caitlin Nobbs and Shlima Chanu will of course play in midfield. Ishika Navneet Kaur and Maria Teresa Viana will form a three-pronged attack. We will of course see more of Preeti Dubey, Manisha, Ioana Castellaro and Sharmila Devi among others later in the game. But it's a solid side. They have shown a tendency to swap the goalkeepers every quarter. It's good to see Jude Menezes having a nice big smile on his face, despite the pressure that he must surely be feeling. That comes with the territory of professional sports really. Sophie Geertz, the head coach of SG Pipers, did make a mention the other day that we are producing one blockbuster after another, one entertainer after another. Let's hope this one is one as well.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's play.
Well, let's play we shall, and JLW Surma Hockey Club will push from right to left in all white. SG Pipers in predominantly blue with just a nice dash of pink, as Super Saturday action is underway in the commentary box. This is Arun Venugopal and I have alongside me the former Scotland international and acclaimed coach and commentator Nikki Lloyd. A very good evening once again.
Good evening, Arun. Yes, this is going to be a nail-biter of a game. So we just see Sarah Robertson maintaining possession for her team. This is such a high-stakes rematch. The first time these teams met, there was only one goal in it. And you've got to think there's not going to be much more in this rematch.
SG Pipers have demonstrated their chops for the better part of this tournament. They find themselves atop the points table. And they already have a victory over the team Surma. The team of course has benefited from a very sharp and informed Navneet Kaur as well.
Yeah, Navneet Kaur's been a driving force for her team, but Surma are the ones starting really well at the moment. That ball lifted across dangerously though by Granato, so that's been called as a free out there. But it's good to see Salima Tete lifting that ball. The reason that ball was lifted was when she came to strike it, she came and hit the ball into the ground. This is a rather bouncy turf, and it just changed the trajectory of that. But Lola Ria showcasing her amazing aerial skills there, able to find Chanu on the right-hand side.
Chanu demonstrated some of her own skills as well, trapping the ball with consummate ease. And now it's Granato who's looking to pivot from the midfield, who's looking to find Salima Tete up front, which is not a bad ploy for her to anchor proceedings initially before again joining in attack.
Yeah, I like that movement there. Although it didn't come to fruition, it was really good to see Salima Tete and Maria Granato switch position, so one who is in forward goes to the midfield and vice versa. You want that fluidity because it means you're more likely to be unmarked. Beautiful skill there coming through, but Sarah Robertson muscling her way to make sure that she doesn't give an easy pass past her.
Must-win game for JLW Surma, who are as yet winless and as yet goalless as well in the competition. Rare stumbling block for a team that finished runners-up and has an abundance of quality, at least on paper for sure.
It is. This was the earlier bit of skill there from Costa. Perhaps slightly anti-skill at the end, but he managed to get past 3 players in the middle of the pitch, which Surma will not be happy with. That should be your stronghold area. Then we see Udita just guiding the ball off. She will look to transition this ball around, then finding midfield pass, bringing the ball back, and then a beautiful disguise sweep down the line, but it didn't beat Cedres there. She knew what was happening.
A look at the technical bench as well, with Shadma Shahid, the scoring judge, Janarita D'Souza, the timing judge, Rohini Bopanna, technical officer, and Durga Devi, the reserve umpire. A huge shout out to all these ladies as well who have been putting in the hard yards. It takes a village really to get a game going. Again, looking for an early opportunity. Did Jimena Cedres from the top of the circle, couldn't get that tomahawk.
No, she couldn't. She's doing the right thing there, but my question is, she has Robertson on the drop pass. Could she play the ball back, re-lead, create a 2-on-1, and then get the ball in a more favourable position? However, that being said, Jude Menendez, he's going to be, I think, the happier of these two coaches in the opening 4.5 minutes. His team are playing with the excitement that you would expect. The ball pace is high, their positioning is good, they've got really good stretch. You can't see it on the screen, but we're lucky enough to be in the stadium and we can see the entirety of this full pitch, and you have players high up on the baseline, which just gives the runner so much more space and opportunities.
They're still hovering around the periphery. Now ST Pipers still cannot stave off the challenge. Granato has been out-muscled by a couple of ST Piper defenders who will now outlet with the fluidity that's characterized the game for the better part of the tournament.
And smart play here from the Pipers. Jardel there, she was instrumental getting the ball in a deep midfield position, rolling it round, passing it out wide, and then directing Udita to play the ball back. And now Jardel has gone up and taken a right wing position. It's just that kind of movement that is great to see. Everyone always follows the ball, but it's really wonderful to see the off-ball movement of players as well.
That in fact holds even greater store, especially for teams that are behind the 8 ball. Maria Granato again playing in a deep lying role, trying to exploit opportunities down the middle. She of course will also feel the pressure. She was picked up for 34 lakhs at the auctions and will want to live up to the challenge.
Yeah, I like the change in position for Granato. We're used to seeing her as either the high or the drop centre forward, but now she's playing kind of wherever she wants. She's sitting in the midfield, but if she wants to go higher, she can. We call that kind of player a unicorn because they do whatever they want. That is almost an opening chance and a goal for the Pipers. Beautiful, soft deflection touch, but unfortunately not able to get the full enough touch on it, and that is Jardel there. She's had a really bright start, but I think personally Savita in goal had that post covered.
That attempt had all the trappings of an SG Pipers opportunity. Suddenly against a run of play, they produced an effort that must have at least left the Surma defense a tad bit rattled, especially given that they have only conceded goals in the tournament. They haven't scored a single one yet.
And I think one thing that Surma need to make sure they do is retain their focus. If there's a quick free hit or a sideline, they need to set immediately. When they have the ball and they're on the attack, they seem to be very focused and they want to move very quickly. Just on the defense, somewhat lacking at times.
Navneet Kaur cools off in the bench for a bit. Even as we celebrate the birthday of the great man after whom the stadium has been named, the Marang Gomke Jaipal Singh Munda Astroturf Hockey Stadium is named after the great Jaipal Singh. And of course, Marang Gomke in the Chota Nagpuri language means great leader, which he was the captain of the Indian team that won the Olympic gold in the 1928 Amsterdam Olympics. Also held in great esteem by one of the greatest players ever, Major Dhyan Chand. He has a statue here right outside the stadium. But the interesting part about Jaipal Singh Munda is his career goes way beyond mere hockey. He was a man who fought for the cause of his people, was awarded with the Oxford Blue early on in his career, was a member of the Constituent Assembly as well. So had a huge role to play as a member of the parliament too. A man with a truly versatile set of accomplishments. We remember the great Jaipal Singh Munda fondly on his 123rd birth anniversary.
SG Pipers at the moment putting on a very high press. JSW Surma struggling with it. That's going to be a foot and a free hit. You do expect SG Pipers to take this one very quickly if they can. Yeah, a little fake and go, but that didn't work that time. And it's JSW Surma who have the breakaway now. Robertson on the ball. She doesn't have many passing options forward, but she's managing to meander her way out of trouble as she was under immense pressure from Castellaro.
Reminder that this isn't the only piece of hockey action that we will get to witness today. The men's edition of the Hero Hockey India League begins later today. You can catch the live action from 7 p.m. as the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons, the host city, the host team from Chennai, take on the Hyderabad Tufans, the runners-up from last year in the first match. And JSW Surma, even as we speak, are trying to make an attempt through Olivia Shannon, who displayed a robust challenge on that occasion.
They're firing the ball in at the moment as JSW Surma. They're trying to breach this defence. That is unbelievable skill. That's a strong tackle there. What has been found, that's on to hand. Hand, as long as it's on the stick, is part of it. But Lolare has now been penalised from this.
Exceptional from Sonam. The teenager who produced the most number of goals in last year's competition has once again stepped up to the plate, held her nerve, ensured that she had the ball. She kept threatening the opponents.
You can see this beautiful left to right drag moving there. Sonam, she does so well. So I think this has been called because it's gone behind Lola Rea's stick and there's therefore an obstruction. If it hits her hand while it's on the stick, that's part of the stick, that doesn't matter. But the fact that it was obstructive, penalty corner given.
Manuela Villar is in the first batch. It will be Penny Squibb who plays it back to VR. Again, a botched attempt, but they will have another crack at the goal.
You really feel for Surma here. Perfect injection trap, but that slip behind the back is not where the player wants it. A re-award, that's okay, but that's not a great short corner. Second re-award here, Farcastle going for the direct one, and they finally got their goal. It's Penny Penny Squibb, who has broken the deadlock for her team. Look what it means to JSW Surma. There are fireworks, there is elation, and more importantly, there is their first goal.
There is relief more than ecstasy. As you rightly mentioned, their very first goal in the competition. It's taken some time coming. It's taken more than 3 games, and Penny Squibb from the second battery overpowering the post defender with a blistering strike. Lola Riera, an accomplished defender, could not do much more on that occasion. Penny Squibb, the powerfully built Australian, is an expert, lifted her head at just the right time, and look at the elation in the Surma ranks. And fans of JSW Surma Hockey Club would hope that this solitary goal, which has been an albatross of sorts, and now that it's off their back, it will unlock their potential. But even as we speak, Navneet Kaur is on the counter.
Yeah, you're completely right there, Arun. If JSW Surma, you want now them to relax. We want to see the kind of hockey that we know they can play, and hopefully this goal does help them. But into the D straight away with a response and a short corner. SG Pipers now be really happy. Caitlin Nobbs there, she has been a talisman in the midfield. Takes the ball into the D and just plays the ball at Penny Squibb's handle of her stick. And normally, because it's a spherical, like a column object there, you'll see a spherical object's what I'm trying to say. Struggling.
Struggling with the shapes. Happens to the best of us.
I think I'm going to have to recap those. But as the ball hits there, because it's not flat, it normally dinks up and then hits Squibb on the body.
Now that's accurate indeed, as most players would confirm. Lola Riera now takes her spot in the first battery. Preeti Dubey will be the designated injector. It goes to Navneet Kaur, who sets up as she always does. But the deflection will mean that there will be another opportunity for the Pipers.
A really brave running there from Villa. So Navneet, straight strike. Ooh, I think they should have actually referred this. It looked like it came off of the stick, but a re-award given. No questions were asked. And so the Pipers have another bite at the cherry. Injection here, far castle, good trap, straight strike again. That's hit the body below the knee within playing distance, so another re-award.
A good rushing again from Manuela Villar, ensuring that she puts her body on the line. And what Navneet Kaur does again is take the ball slightly away from the far post side. Okay, will they be third time lucky? It is Navneet Kaur indeed. She is on target this time, and they will have another attempt, and this time JSW Surma want to refer it.
Huh? Yeah,
okay.
It's only hand.
Okay. Rama, can you hear me?
Yes, Deepa, go ahead.
I have given penalty corner for the foot defenders. She is saying it's not foot.
So you have given the penalty corner for the foot, but they are saying it's not a foot.
Yes.
I'll have a look.
So it's a far castle injection here. Navneet takes the ball as she's done previously and goes to strike it. It's been given as a re-award. Penny Squibb says that it hit her stick and her hand, so it shouldn't be, it should be play on. It's definitely not a penalty stroke because the goalkeeper is behind. However, because we're in a short corner play, even if this is overturned, we'll restart with a penalty corner because that is the play that was happening when time was stopped. It's really difficult from these angles to see. Yes, Penny Squibb gets it on her stick first. Does it hit her trailing leg? It's unsure, but the video umpires will be reviewing this. They have so many different angles that they're able to view here. It's really well covered behind as well. But either way, I can see this being, whether it is upheld or no advice possible, or we go with the on-field decision, it's going to be a short corner.
Rama Portness, the TV umpire, is getting another look, a nice long look at it. Savita Punia, as you would expect, went prone, anticipating the grounder. And again, giving herself the hitting width. That is something that you identify with.
Deepa,
Yes.
there is no clear reason to change your decision. It's on the foot of the defender. You can restart with the penalty corner and the team Surma loses the referral.
Thank you.
Yeah, for me this was a bit of a silly video referral there, but we have got the outcome we thought, and it's a penalty corner. Injection here, Nick Farcastle again, however, the umpires weren't ready. Well, sorry, they were ready, and there was the player on the goal line broke too early, so she is sent to the halfway line, and it's getting from bad to worse for this short corner, isn't it?
They're one defender light here. Can the Pipers make use of this? This is a stunning strike, and they have made use of that. It wouldn't have mattered anyway, says Lola Riera, as she thunders home a shot that makes a resounding crack on the backboard. It's a stunning equalizer. It took some 5 opportunities coming, but it did come in some style.
Yeah, beautiful change here. Goes to the near castle. Rhea comes through, and that is just sheer power to beat Savita. Sometimes people think you have to go right into the corner, but actually that space between your right hand and your head is really difficult to save, because it's impossible to get there when you are facing a drag flick that fast.
I think it was a case of power over placement, Nikki. So Lola Riera found a guess estimate of where she wanted to go to, and she went at it with plenty of chutzpah, just gave it an almighty whack, and then saw the magic unfold, and it was a magical strike. Lola Riera has been a player of the match once, and also seems a popular member of the team as well, with Udita in fact calling her the beauty queen of the ST Pipers outfit.
Yeah, I really did enjoy that segment as well in the pre-match show. It was good to see the camaraderie and the kind of friendships that have already blossomed in the short time that these players have been together. Lola Ria, she's a mainstay in the Spanish national team for over a decade, and she competed in 3 consecutive Olympic Games, and that is something to add to your resume. But it's in moments like that where you know you need to score. The opposition have lost their referral. They've had a player sent to the halfway line, so you're a numbers up advantage again. And in that moment, yes, you need to make it count, and she did exactly that.
Was also part of the World Cup team in 2018 that finished with a bronze. Has enormous experience, knows what it takes. Has been a permanent fixture as far as penalty corner defense is concerned. Is usually one of their go-to post defenders. Is also a drag flicker who can obtain velocity and accuracy. And JFW Surma will have to start afresh. They will, however, want to be careful with some of the decisions that they made. For example, the review was ill-timed, especially right at the end. It's a nice give and go. Great pace on the wings there. A chance for Navneet Kaur. Ishika, prior to that, had almost everything going her way.
Yeah, Ishika did excellent there. Picked the ball up, had a 1-2. This is great off-ball movement. You give the pass, but you make sure that you maintain your composure and your contact with your players. And then, yeah, Navneet Kaur unable to get a strong first touch.
Is one of these things that you see the players training for, particularly the Pipers, even as Q1 action comes to an end. It's been even Stevens at the end of the opening exchanges. Both the teams have notched up a goal for themselves at the end of quarter one. SD Pipers and JSW Surma Hockey Club are 1-1. Surma would have been happy with the start, but then the reports from SD Pipers must have left a bitter aftertaste at least.
Yeah, JSW Surma, they started the stronger of both teams. On the attack, they seemed to have the advantage, but on defense, they were caught lacking in moments. That's something they definitely will want to push forward in their second quarter. This short corner, though, when it was awarded on the second time of asking, Penny Squibb used absolute perfect placement and sheer power to get the first goal of the game, but more importantly, the first goal for her team in this tournament. And you can see what it meant to JSW Surma Hockey Club. However, Lola Rea answered with a phenomenal drag flick of her own. We have been treated to two outstanding drag flick goals so far, and it's only just been the first quarter.
And the city of Ranchi is decked up in all its glory for a goal fest here. It's been as close as it gets between these two sides, with precious little to separate the two. Pipers have had twice the number of shots and penalty corners as their opponents, but it's still early days in this match. Costantino continues to keep her place under the bar. We have seen them swap goalkeepers from time to time, not on this occasion. So Basari Solanki will await her opportunity even as quarter two action is underway. Surma have plenty of rebooting to do as well as they hunt for the first win. Olivia Shannon has dodged past two defenders, employing the backhander. Chance here. Renato could not lay a stick on that.
Olivia Shannon there, making the SG Pipers team look like cones. She went past 1, 2 and 3, put the ball into the danger area there. Lovely backhand cross. Granato looking to then link up really well with Khan, but she wasn't able to at that point. It's nice to see, though, that there's more connections within this team.
I felt on that occasion that Granato was a touch slow on the ball. She didn't anticipate the ball to come her way. That perhaps resulted in her being a trifle late on the ball. She is trying to win the ball high up the pitch. She's been everywhere. Has she been the, we called her the unicorn, of course, but has she also been the designated free player?
I think on the defensive side, she's she won't be the free player as such. That'll be normally Penny Squibb, someone who's the centre back. But definitely going forward, she's allowed to roam wherever she wants, and I think that suits her. I like these tactical changes here at the moment. It's not always set in stone.
It's been a good a tussle in midfield as well between both these teams. Again, they have the personnel who can make things happen. SG Pipers have a loose ball. They are trying to make capital of it. Sunalita Topo has earned for herself a PC, and this has come early in the second quarter.
I love watching Sunalita Topo play. She's so fun, so feisty. And that being given as a bit of a stick tackle, but directly off the backline. That steal there on Penny Squibb. The size difference between Sunalita Topo and Penny Squibb is like so big. One's a very strong, powerful, tall player. The other more slight, but it just shows in hockey it doesn't matter. Keep your eye on the ball and pick it.
She did in fact go up against one of her state mates, Ashwina Kujur. Both of them hail from the Indian state of Odisha. Lola Riera once again in the batteries. It will be her who goes for the strike. Doesn't get a clean piece of action on that occasion.
Yeah, that was fantastic number one running there from JSW Surma, but a long corner, so Yes, you want a goal, a shot on target, something positive, but you will never say no to retaining possession for your team. Beautiful pass and play here. Udita crashing the ball across, going for that shot, and they've scored. It's another goal. Oh my goodness. Pipers were 1-0 down. They are now 2-1 up against Surma.
Shihori Okawa would be most disappointed because this has again been a team goal really from the SG Pipers. They have continued to make inroads. Udita pushing the ball across to Navneet, who plays it inside. Shihori Okawa tries to take the ball away, not to be. And I think it's Jyoti Singh with the last touch right in front of the goal. As opportunistic as it gets, but that's what she's paid to do. Goes for the far post, and goal number 2 for JSW Surma. I beg your pardon, for the SG Pipers.
Yeah, I love this. The cross across the ball, it's just first to react. Yes, Okawa gets the ball, but she's not strong enough on it. And just look, Jyoti Singh throws her arms up. Her team bundle into her. This is what this tournament means to get the win.
She was recently the captain of the Indian junior team that took part in the Junior World Cup in Santiago, Chile, against someone who is held in really high esteem. The place was part of the Madhya Pradesh Hockey Academy. Surma suddenly have to play catch up yet again. From being 1-0 up, they have conceded 2 goals in the span of minutes.
And a little miscommunication there by the Pipers defender, Lola Rea. She did a little dink pass, but to no one, and has conceded a long corner. Wonderful 2-on-1 play from JSW Surma. A quick free hit there, driving into the D. That ball's definitely gone 5. Wonderful save there, though. That is beautiful to see, as we see Constantino in the goal. She hasn't had a lot to do so far in this game, but she was there for that shot save.
Would it be a fair argument to make that that's when you're at your most vulnerable?
Yeah, it definitely is, because sometimes you just end up as a goalkeeper, not being one myself, but having a lot of friends and obviously teammates that are. Sometimes you can lose a little bit of concentration if you aren't called into action often, but the goalkeepers in this tournament are such of a high calibre that they're going to be focused throughout.
Plenty of pressure being exerted, as you would imagine. Vaishnavi Vittal Falke on that occasion unleashing the backhander. It's a good option, especially when you're going for the far post, and that's exactly what she did. Cosentino, a member of the Argentine team that won the Junior World Cup in 2016, has been around for a long time. Was also part of the team that won the bronze medal in the Paris Olympics as well. Were able to make something off the chart on that occasion. We had a blink and a miss.
I know, we need a freeze frame on that, don't we? And I'm loving all of these slow motion replays we're getting, though. Seeing Constantino, that save in real time, you could tell it was a good save, but in slow motion, that diving right hand with the stick, it was truly spectacular.
Surma exerting a lot of pressure. Again, a couple of players taking the tumble. Salima Tete was given the push by Joana Castellaro, who eventually tripped up herself. In using her physicality was the 20-year-old Joana Castellaro. Again, a player who's been held in very, very high esteem by a number of hockey observers. All of 20, she already has more than 40 international goals to her credit for Argentina. Again, a part of the team that won the bronze at the Paris Olympics. The teammates with the likes of the goalkeeper, of course, Cristina Cosentino.
And the game just slowing down slightly as we're nearly midway through the second quarter. This is what the Pipers will want. You can see them, as they've just showing now, just dropping into more of a half-court press. They've got a diamond formation, protecting the middle of the pitch, allowing it out wide, and wanting to gather the ball as it hits the side channel, as they've done beautifully. And it's this transition, if they can get it all the way over, which they have, beautiful from Topo as she finds Surma Devi, and unfortunately called against. But that is so important. That midline, mid-transfer just kills teams. It rips them apart.
Jude Menezes must be wondering how to arrest this slide. Runners-up last season, Team Surma, they have found the going tough. And just to recap their performances, they haven't won a single game thus far and have opened their goal scoring tally in this game. At the moment, some deft transitions now from the back line, and they are overloading the right. Maria Granato could not keep pace with the ball on that occasion. She has the license to roam around near the 25-yard mark and make those incursions from time to time, but again, the Pipers proving to be adept in exploiting the holes in the midfield.
And it's interesting to see the press that Surma are putting on. As soon as one of the Pipers players, it was Valentina Costa there on that occasion, receives the ball, you've got 4 players surrounding her. However, she's still able to give that pass back. You want the 4 players who are crashing into her just to allow her no passing options, so her head goes down, her ball go close to her feet, and that's when someone can step up and intercept the ball.
Granato now withdrawing to a place outside the 25-yard mark. Pipers once again have dispossessed them. There is an almighty clash of sticks up front. Salima Tete will try to ensure that the ball doesn't trickle over. Circle entry lasted barely a second. As through Deepika, SG Pipers are looking to advance.
Yeah, there with Deepika, that's a beautiful aerial given, and it's suddenly to top her. Stick tackle, but advantage being played because she still has the ball. Passing it into the circle, looking for that ball across, intercepted. That's a flat pass, so that was easily taken. But because at the moment Surma are committing those numbers back, they have nothing going forward. Lola Rare, though, getting the ball away again. It's end-to-end hockey now. You can see that both teams are desperate to hold on. You've got Pipers who have that narrow 2-1 lead. That's a beautiful tackle there. Wonderful skill from Nobbs.
Unbelievable shadowing end-to-end, really, like you said, and that's making for some seriously entertaining hockey. Pipers have been fluid in their transitions. Sharmila Devi to Navneet Kaur, back to Sharmila Devi. It's a nice give and go. Excellently dispossessed this time by Penny Squibb, who goes down the line, but only as far as Udita. The Pipers have managed 3 times the number of shots that Team Surma have achieved, and that is a problem area for Surma. It has been an area of concern all through the tournament, given that they have had a number of circle entries, but precious little to show for after that. What a flat slap shot, trying to find a deflection through Deepika up front.
Yeah, that was a beautiful, deceptive pass there from Valentina Costa. However, all of her team had ran over to one side of the attacking D. So we call that your coverage of the attacking penalty area isn't good enough. You want to have strong structure. So yes, you want someone leading to the ball. You want someone at penalty spot, someone making a T lead, so that's along the baseline, but you definitely have to have someone far post.
Salima Tete is getting a bit of a breather.
And JSW Surma, they have a really good height up the pitch at the moment, but it's this turnover, counter-attack style playing hockey as Devi gets the ball but can't link with Deepika.
Sophie Gates will be happy for the most part. They've not just produced an entertaining brand of hockey, but also has been a successful outing for them for the better part. They narrowly went down to the Ranchi Bengal Tigers in the first shootout of the Women's Hero Hockey India League this season. Aside from that, they've won all their games. Chance now for Maria Granato, still in with the ball. These are tight spaces for her to navigate. She earns for herself and the team a penalty corner. It was some time coming.
That's the kind of area that some players will fall apart. Granato, she thrives in that. Her stick skill is so good. You can see what she's wanting to do. She's got 4 players around her, but those little left to right drags, how she covers the ball, and it was that stick tackle by number 22, Castellario, that actually gave away that short corner. But it's wonderful. That's probably the best bit of skill we've seen from Granato this entire tournament. This is what we want from her.
Penny Squibb will set up for another chance. Can she make it a second goal? She plays it around to Villan. And Olivia Shannon eventually makes a rather soft attempt on goal.
Yeah, they're going to be disappointed with that, but Shannon back on the ball, going for the hit this time. However, it's Valentina Costa able to kind of make up for her earlier mistake of giving away the short corner. Squibb wanting to fire that in, but it's over distance, it's into flat sticks, and that's not what you want to be doing as the 2 minutes left in this quarter. Pipers just hit the ball away. This is the penalty corner. It's a far castle injection. For me, the line of that ball from Squibb is still a little bit off, and then from that every pass is slightly out. If you're playing the ball back to the injector, they need to be a little bit closer to the post and higher up the pitch, another 1 or 2 yards off the baseline, and that just allows you either then to have a good angle for the shot or to make a better square pass that's away from the goalkeeper.
Yeah, it looked like a bit of an afterthought, really. It looked like a slightly roundabout routine that didn't seem as well cast as they would have wanted it to be. But there is another offensive that Surma are attempting to mount here. They are inside the circle. They have a chance here. A great chance, and that's been thwarted by another brilliant effort by Cosentino. She has been splendid all through, and Sonam's effort was neutralized by the goalkeeper on that occasion.
Sonam there, wow, you thought she was going to score, but Constantino was able, as you say, just to thwart that. This ball coming in, it's a beautiful lifted ball. She's going for that shot, but Constantina, she doesn't drop, she doesn't log too quickly. She keeps herself upright, makes herself as big as possible, and just wears that shot.
The Pipers are defending rather deeply. The numbers will tell you that they've had 13 penetrations, Team Surma. What a chance, but expertly read by Cosentino. Quickly running across. Never easy with all that paraphernalia. Under 20 seconds now.
Yeah, and that's really good to see as well. You've got Castellario. She's just taking the ball to the sideline, taking it to then the baseline as well, winning the foul, knowing that it is half time, just eating the seconds down.
They've run down the clock successfully, but they've also eked out a little lead for themselves after trailing 1-0. The Pipers have hit back with 2 goals of their own. Team Surma will know they have the task cut out. At halftime, SG Pipers are in with the advantage, a slender one if you will. SG Pipers lead 2-1 against the JLW Surma Hockey Club.
मेरा नाम ब्यूटी डुंगडुंग है और मैं स्ट्राइकर खेलती हूँ। मैं चाहती हूँ कि मुझे दुनिया गोल मशीन के नाम पे जाने। मैं ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा गोल करूँ रांची रॉयल्स के लिए और मुझे प्लेयर ऑफ द टूर्नामेंट मिले। आप एक मैच हारते हो ना तो आपको पता लग जाता है कि आप गलती कहाँ पे कर रहे हो। हमारा ये था कि हम अपना बेस्ट देंगे। जो गोल स्कोरर किया 5 गोल, हमें बहुत ज़्यादा खुशी हुई कि हमने गोल किया। हमारे लिए भी टफ है, उनके लिए भी टफ है ओबियसली खेलना, क्योंकि वो 2 मैच हार चुके हैं और हम 1 लूज़ किए, 1 जीते हैं। तो हमें तो जीतना ही है। माइंडसेट तो यही रहेगा कि हमने और ऊपर जाना है, हमें नीचे नहीं आना है। तो हमें अपना लेवल अप करना है।
हाय, मैं हूँ गीता दुहन।
I'm Lola Riera.
मैं एसजी पाइपर्स को रिप्रेजेंट कर रही हूँ।
Today I'm going to tell you
थोड़े से सीक्रेट बताती हूँ टीम के।
Beba, probably. It's Beba because she's always like Mickey Jones.
With no doubt, बेबा। She's so crazy। सुबह से ही चार्ज रहती है वो। मुझे लगता है सुमन। अभी फिलहाल तो मैं ही चल रही हूँ। मैं बना रही हूँ, साथ साथ नवनीत भी हैं जो कैप्टन है हमारी।
She's like all the time recording videos and trying to put everything in social media.
Delicate darling.
So, for me the delicate darling is Shilpi. Udita. I think it's Udita. She's there.
I think Lola. She's quite and sharp and beauty.
Welcome back to the Hero Hockey India League here as JLW Surma Hockey Club began on a rousing note with an opening goal in the 12th minute thanks to a penny squib strike, but that was quickly erased by Lola Riera in the very next minute thanks to another drag flick, and then Jyoti Singh made it 2-1 for the Pipers in what was an entertaining first period, with JLW Surma Hockey Club in a must-win situation really. Just a quick look at the highlights will reveal how the game unfolded.
JSW Surma, they had the possession, they had most of these circle entries, double what the SG Pipers had, and they were the ones who opened the score sheet. It was Penny Squibb with such a powerful drag flick. The first goal of the game, the first goal, in fact, for JS Surma Hockey Club in this competition. But like we just said, less than a minute later, SG Pipers went down the other end and said, anything you can do, we can do better. And Lola Rare absolutely rifling that ball into the top of the net, and her team showing her so much love. Olivia Shannon has been instrumental for her team going forward down that left-hand side. But Sinalita Topo working really hard, winning the penalty corner for her team, but number one running of the highest level, not allowing for a goal to go in at that point. Jyoti Singh, though, finding and working really well together with her teammates, taking the ball from Okawa and sliding the ball under a diving Savita. They were first to react, although they haven't had as many opportunities as JSW Surma. Their reactions have been quicker. Constantino in goal for the SG Pipers has been so important. She has been everywhere, protecting her near post, saving the ball from any crosses as well. And she will need to be as we go into the third quarter. We know that the JSW, Surma Hockey Club, are going to come at them at a ferocious pace. They have to win this game if they want to keep their playoff hopes alive.
The numbers will illustrate how the game unfolded. Very little to choose between the two sides, and there again, JSW Surma Hockey Club have dominated the circles penetrations section, but in terms of the number of shots, SG Pipers have managed 6 shots of the 7 times they have made a circle entry. In contrast to 4 out of 14 for JSW Surma Hockey Club. That is basically the microcosm of JSW Surma's ailments this season. As we look at the top scorers this season, Lola Riera, thanks to that strike, is now level on the top scorers list alongside Gorzalani. Navneet Kaur also has an opportunity in this game to add to her tally, as also Teresa Viana. Let's have a listen to what the Surma head coach Jude Menezes has to say.
Accompanied by the head coach of JSW Surma Hockey Club, Jude Menezes. Finally, the team got their first goal, but the lead was short-lived. Your assessment of the first half and what tweaks do you want to make going ahead into the game?
Yeah, we want to keep playing aggressively. I think we're quite happy with the way we're going forward and creating opportunities. We've taken a couple of shots at goal, so I just want to keep doing that. Probably raise the intensity a little bit more, so we'll be more aggressive in this quarter as well.
Thank you so much for talking to us, and all the best for the second half.
The message is loud and clear, and we saw glimpses of that towards the back end of the second quarter, Nikki.
Yeah, raising the intensity, I think that's really smart from Jude Menezes there as well. As when they did that, the SG Pipers couldn't control them when they passed the ball well around the sides, attacked along the baseline. They were really difficult to live with, and I think that's a really strong tactic to implement for the third quarter.
It's always great to see plenty of people in attendance catching the action. The weekend excitement is already afoot, the first weekend of this new year, and what better way to savor the weekend than catch a spot of hockey. A reminder that there is another game in our midst, not from Ranchi though, but in Chennai, where the Men's Hero Hockey India League commences today with the runners-up from last season, Hyderabad Tufans, taking on the host city, the team from the host city, the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons, who finished 4th. So the 8-team competition is underway from today, and we will see many a superstar both from India and overseas. Time now for us to listen to what Sophie Geertz, the Pipers head coach, had to say.
In the company of Sophie Geertz, SG Pipers head coach. Sophie, you lead 2-1, but Surma are earning a lot of PCs. With them pushing higher, how are you instructing your defense to handle the circle pressure without conceding more set pieces?
Yeah, I think we can do better on the ball. If we manage to keep the ball a little bit longer, they will struggle a little bit more, so that's the plan.
Okay, thank you so much for talking to us, and all the best for the second half.
Pipers will want more of the same, whereas Surma will look to hit back in earnest. And they did show glimpses of that towards the end, with Sonam producing a promising effort, but Navneet Kaur will want to guard against complacency as second half action is underway, with the Pipers now pushing from right to left in blue and pink, whereas JSW Surma Hockey Club will move in from left to right in the hopes of an equalizer. In the commentary box, this is Arun Venugopal, and I'm delighted to be joined alongside Nikki Lloyd once again, looking suitably energized after her cuppa.
I do love a cuppa. Beautiful aerial once again from Lola Rea to find Udita. Udita struggled with her first touch, but used the momentum going forward to retain possession. Then Navni finds it into the middle, cannot get the touch from her team. That's scrappy defending from JSW Surma.
Look perilous for a bit, and looks perilous at the moment again, as Team Surma have not been allowed to catch their breath. SG Pipers have begun on a rousing note. How well will Surma absorb these punches?
I think that's really important, because we would speak about JSW Surma, them coming out of the blocks, you know, as fast as they can. They will need to, because they're chasing this game. However, it's imperative that SG Pipers do the same. They cannot kind of sit in and just wait and see what happens. They've only got a 2-1 lead, and that is very slender indeed. This was the Pipers' chance here. Navni eyes up hockey. She does so well, crashing that ball in. And what a really important touch it was to take the ball away there. And Penny Squibb, she's the goal scorer for her team, the lone goal scorer at the moment. But she's also sweeping up any issues and loose balls for her team as well.
Hypothetically, if you were in the Surma corner, Nikki, put yourself in the shoes of the man on the screen, Jude Menezes, what would your ploy be? We will get to that after this piece of action that saw Pipers make another circle entry.
I think they've got to trust the process. They were ahead in this game 1-0. They scored the first goal, so they just need to find back that mindset again when they opened the scoring, the way they were playing and the ball pace and the off-ball movement. That's what this team can do. If they showcase that once again, I think they'll be easy to get another goal.
We saw Maria Granato demonstrate much of that. There is a stick, unfortunately, that's found. Teresa Vienna flush on the ball, in fact, has hit her.
Yeah, Okawa there. She's looking for that aerial, and Vienna really brave, running it down. It's striking her straight in the head. We do hope that she is okay. She's up on her feet, a grimace but a smile, and Okawa there checking if she's all right as well. But the reason that's obviously been given as a free hit for the Pipers is it was dangerous, and as a defender as well, clearing the ball, if you've got a player charging down at you, you don't want to be throwing an aerial there.
I think even Shihori Oikawa was a little surprised at how quickly Teresa Vienna tracked her down and charged at her. Good that she's got the gum shield on, which is why a lot of these players wear the mouth protectors, as Surma are again forced to defend deep.
Yeah, Surma defending very deep, but they can't seem, as we go about 4 minutes in to, there's been a change in goal as well. We see Savita on the bench for JSW Surma, and that does mean that Nidhi is in goal. So great to see another goalkeeper in, but if you are part of the Pipers team, do you take this to your advantage? Do you think, well, why have they changed? It's all the questions that these tactics bring up that make hockey so exciting.
And there could be more than a tactical reason to Savita being given a bit of a breather. She's coming on the heels of a major surgery, underwent an ankle surgery after sustaining an injury back in June last year, was out of action for a good 6-month period. In fact, she noted that that was her first major surgery in a 15-year-long career. Now the Pipers will look to challenge Nidhi. On goal, good work there. The follow through didn't work as well. Panic stations in the Surma camp, but they have staved off the danger momentarily at least.
Yeah, Nidhi did so well there, just getting enough on the ball to take it wide of the goal and off the baseline for a long corner. SG Pipers showcasing why they are one of the best teams currently in this tournament. Their off-ball movement, their passing, their interlinking there. But I do believe that JSW Surma, they are a talented team. this is better from them, winning the ball on their right-hand side and then transitioning over to the left. They want to do that more than once, though, because if you move it once, the defending team will shift across. If you move it again and again, you're likely to find gaps.
And just speaking of Nidhi's prowess, was part of the India junior team that took part in Santiago at the World Cup and played a pivotal role in clinching the shootout for India against Uruguay. So definitely has the caliber, represents the Railway Sports Promotion Board and Haryana.
Yeah, unfortunate there, Priti Dubey unable to get the ball, but before that, just the interconnecting play from the Pipers was great, and the captain leading the ball forward. Is she going to get the rebound? Scrappy, it's all over the place, but somehow JSW Surma have lived to fight another day.
What the Pipers have successfully done is to thwart any potential challenge.
Yeah, this was one of the great saves here coming across. Nidhi doing so well. You can see she's quite far out and she just spreads her body, makes herself as big as possible. And that's what her team need from her.
Has leadership experience as well, was part of, was in fact captain of the India junior side that took part in the four-nation tournament. Certainly someone who will benefit from the exposure that's afforded here at the Hero Hockey India League, and what better opportunity than to serve as an understudy to someone like Savita Punia, one of the very best in the world. Was in fact the HIL Hockey India League goalkeeper of the tournament last season.
And SG Pipers here sitting a lot deeper, just allowing JSW Surma Hockey Club to have the ball, to have it from a wide angle, and then Rhea there trying to find Topo. She didn't though, she found Robertson, and then beautiful play here once again from Villa. Keeping the ball. This is what Surma will want to do. They'll want to maintain possession higher up the pitch. Robertson gives that lifted ball, but that's expertly picked there from Caitlin Nobbs, and then Lola Rhea drawing the foul for her team. That's one thing when, as Surma are doing, slowly building up play, which I've got a lot of respect for, but then there's so much congestion in the D. It's sometimes difficult to find space.
Which is what the Pipers have done really well. They've ensured that Surma haven't had too many gaps to exploit, either in midfield or up front. Baljeet Kaur has now been thrust into action.
And this high press now coming from JSW Surma. They're putting a lot of pressure on SG Pipers, and they need to now. They need to hunt in numbers. They need to win the ball, which they have been able to do, and they take it really quickly. They need to make sure the ball travels 5 yards before it enters the circle, and they need to make sure that they aren't just thinking about going forward, that they must have structure, they must have communication. Currently, all of their attacking players are in the D, but very central. They need to have some wide, unselfish leads, some off-ball movement. Otherwise, as we've just seen, there's going to be an easy take, and Jardel there in a 1v1 tackle wins against Villa. So you can, again, we've spoken about Surma trying to do the right thing, and they are. However, it's when they have the ball, they need to make sure that their off-ball movement and their connectivity is a lot higher than it currently is.
They're trying to go wide and employ speed along the wings. They found a momentary entrance inside the circle. Again, the Pipers have been on the case of Baljeet Kaur right from the get-go. It looks like Lola Riera is tasked with the job of marking her and closing her out.
Yeah, and you will see that sometimes You'll have obviously a designated free player, but you will also sometimes have a player who they've said, right, when this player's on the pitch, I am marking them. I'm going to stay on them, and that's just to annoy and frustrate that player as well. It's a really strong, a really positive tactic.
It is indeed, and especially consider the choice of the player. Baljeet Kaur has provided glimpses of her ability, even if in fits and starts. They have rung in the changes now, JLW Surma. We saw Mumtaz Khan a little while earlier. It's a packed crowd here at the Marangom Ke Jaipal Singh Munda AstroTurf Hockey Stadium. Again, our tributes to Jaipal Singh Munda, the man after the stadium has been named. It's his birth anniversary today, and he's not just contributed hugely to Indian hockey, but also has had a more pivotal role to play in public service as well. Was a member of the parliament, a member of the Constituent Assembly. Is truly, as the name suggests, Marangomke, which in Chota Nagpuri means great leader, has lived up to that moniker. Now the Pipers through the number 7, Sharmila Devi. We're trying to make a penetration.
It's a little bit back and forward at the moment when the SG Pipers get the ball. They're going very direct, very straight. Granato now on the ball though for JSW Surma, picking up one-handed, going along the right-hand side, along the baseline, doing everything she can to get a shot on target. It's a goal scramble, but somehow SG Pipers have got out with that scotch-free.
Granato is in absolute disbelief. This is a glorious run. Kept it inside. And there were a couple of players there. Hinabano was one of those. Neither of them could lay a stick on the ball.
It's a really smart delivery there from Penny Squibb. However, just got too much on that touch. Was looking for the one-touch deflection in. But again, Surma don't have the width immediately. Robertson linking with Granato, but Granato had to lead away, so when she picked the ball up, her body was facing towards the sideline. When you pick the ball up, you want to be able to instantly shift so that your shoulders and your feet are facing towards the area you want to go.
Remains to be seen if Savita will be brought back for the fourth quarter or not. At the moment, both the teams have been sparring at each other. Haven't had a goal to show for as yet in this penultimate quarter.
Now it's a little bit cagey in this third quarter. I think because both teams know the next goal is so important. If the SG Pipers get one more, they'll have a 2-goal buffer. If JSW Surma, obviously it becomes a really tight and interesting game. So you hope that both teams can just settle slightly, implement their tactics. But as we see the crash ball across, that is very well defended, as it should be, and you don't really want to be hitting the ball across from that angle. It's more of a hit and hope and less a connected pass.
That's a very fair summation of what they have been up to in the last couple of minutes. Pipers looking to link up on the left.
Yeah, Costa there beforehand, beautifully done. A little bit of inconsistency between the conversation there from Surma, but no, coming back. Been really impressed with Costa for SG Pipers this game so far. Just how she's linked between the defence and the midfield line, doing the very simple, but doing it exceptionally well and not being flustered. We see her on the ball here. She's just weighing up. Can she go forward? No. How does she pass it back? She skips a pass, plays it to the centre back, Lola Rea, and then she's just moving. You can see her in us as we look at the pitch. She's constantly moving, constantly wanting to check where she can be, and just as we've seen there, what a beautiful takedown. That is so difficult to do.
Expertly shuffled across. What Pipers have done really well is to successfully mute Salima Tete. They have been on her case, they have been shadowing her. They know that she likes some space on the wings and can exploit her speed to her advantage. So she hasn't been afforded opportunities. Just as Granato was looking to set up, the third quarter has come to a conclusion. And the Pipers will be happy that a little bit of indiscretion towards the end did not prove costly. At the end of quarter 3, SG Pipers retain the 2-1 lead over JLW Surma.
Viviana there just speaking to her team, giving them some insight, speaking to the younger Ishika, who I'm sure will love to hear from an experienced player. No goals in this third quarter. There have been some really important saves and movement. This, the best chance of the quarter, but really important. Nidhi in goal for JSW Surma, proving her worth there, showcasing her skill. Granato, this was probably the best part that Surma had, a one-handed run down the right-hand side, then along the baseline. It was a scramble in front of goal, but Lola Rea alongside her team just about holding on to this narrow lead.
SG Pipers have enhanced the number of circle penetrations, but they have also been more productive in terms of the shot making. JSW Surma Hockey Club couldn't add to their 4 shots in the third quarter. Always great to see a number of these youngsters throng the stadiums, watch the games live and take inspiration. It's always a spectacle here in Ranchi, which has been one of India's homes as far as hockey is concerned. It will of course be high pressure for Jude Menezes and his side, as they have about 15 minutes to not just equalize but also go past SG Pipers. It can be done, as SG Pipers themselves showed against the Ranchi Bengal Tigers the other evening, trailing 1-3, but then scoring a couple of goals in a matter of minutes to take the game to a shootout. Will we see another of those shootouts today, Nikki?
That's one of the interesting things about hockey, is that you can never say the game is over. It takes a mere second to score a goal, and both of these teams definitely have the skill and the ability to do so. The third quarter, as we said, was a little bit cagey, both teams feeling the magnitude of this game. This fourth quarter, you hope though that they'll play more freely, because on one hand, JSW Surma have to win. They have to get at least the 2 points or 3 from the game, depending on if it does go to 3 if they win outright, but then 1 if they lose a penalty shootout, and 2 if they are to win that penalty shootout, the points being split, so it's in line with the Pro League setup of that. However, I'm going to make a large assumption here. I don't think this game is going to go to a shootout. I think it's going to be an outright winner. The question is, who is going to take that victory?
The more pertinent point from Nikki's standpoint, we will get to that, as Surma somehow mop the ball away as Salima Tete tries to find an opportunity on the break. She has 2 defenders flanking her.
This was the Pipers' previous play here. The ball coming across, both players though going into the same area. Pretty Doobie there, and similarly to Topo. Again, you just want that communication. You want to make sure you've got solid D structure. But Surma on the attack as well, brilliantly cut out there as well. But as I said, it's getting a little bit end to end. That's great for the crowd, it's great for the supporters, but from a coaching and a tactical standpoint, you don't want this kind of frantic hockey.
More so for someone like Jude Menezes, given how he set up the side as a very well-drilled, polished unit, but they have been run a little ragged. And that's a consequence of how well the Pipers have played as well. Savita, of course, will continue to cool her heels as Nidhi is the goalkeeper for the second half of the match.
And Sinalita Topo there, passing it back to Kudjo, trying to force it a little bit, but good to see now that they have recycled the ball. They've gone back and taken the ball into their back three, so back four rotation of their 2 full-backs and 2 half-backs. SG Pipers still in that diamond formation at the front as they defend it. They'll send out a centre forward, but it means that they've still got 3 players defending the middle of the pitch. Sinalita Topo there in a midfield role, just making sure that if the ball does go to an upstepping half-back, she is there and able to put pressure on from the inside channel.
Trying to carve some space for herself. It's very well played in. Salima Tete made use of that shot from Jyoti in midfield with that deflection. Again found the goalkeeper. Couldn't go past Cristina Cosentino.
Constantino there showcasing that she is on top of her game. She's focused and she's ready for anything. A really great important touch from Salima Tete there, just guiding the ball towards the goal, and that could have been, if another goalkeeper was playing, they weren't focused, they weren't switched on, that could easily have slipped past her.
And that was good work from Jyoti as well, finding her partner, marked her out as someone that she would be making the supply to. Navneet Kaur now shuffling the ball towards the far right. Castellaro.
Yeah, it's a bit of a wasted cross there from Castellaro. Now we're going to have a goalkeeper change now, so I like this from Surma. They're taking Nidhi off and they're putting an extra field player on with 10 minutes to go. We've spoken about the best time to do this. There's honestly no best time. I've seen teams start the second half, so the third quarter, by taking their goalkeeper off if they are trailing a game. But I think 10 minutes is a really good time to do this. It means you've got all of that momentum with you, the extra player. So on the attack, they'll send someone really high, and it forces then Pipers to sit in a half-court press and to work harder than they will want to as the fatigue sets in against this Surma team. So I think now we've definitely got a really exciting game on our hands.
The Pipers will want to continue in much the same vein. They wouldn't want to have an altered approach. Both the goalkeepers, of course, in the dugout now. They have 11 field players, outfield players, and these are crucial minutes now for Team Surma, who are as yet winless and pointless. So this game is a do-or-die game. Even as the Pipers are making an incursion inside the circle, they will only get a long corner.
And we speak about the positive aspects of taking your goalie off, as JSW Surma have done. However, the SG Pipers, if they get a chance to get into the D, they just need to put a shot on target, put a little lift on it, and then it's incredibly difficult for the defending players to stop the ball. The rules have changed, so one player doesn't have goalkeeping priorities and privileges now. It's only field players, so they cannot use their body. They must only use their stick.
I like that rule change, particularly because you have made a tactical call. You have put yourself on the line, and this just adds to the excitement as the Pipers are looking for goal number 3. They're coming ever so close. Chance here, and failed to connect. Did Sharmila Devi on that occasion? What a chance!
It was, what a chance, Sharmila Devi, or if she could have her time again, she would take this very calmly. It's a swing and a miss on a bouncing ball. Now, from a technical aspect, you've got a bouncing ball. You don't want to put your hands together at the top of the stick. You want a split grip, and you want to almost bat that ball away. That was a rush of blood to the head for sure. She knew she had the moment to win the game for her team, but unfortunately, she wasn't able to capitalise on that.
Just as our director reminds us that during the recently concluded Men's Junior Hockey World Cup, in one of the games in Chennai, Australia pulled out their goalkeeper against France and conceded 3 goals on the bounce. It is a bit of a double-edged sword, especially with the rule change that you were alluding to a little while earlier, but you have to take the opportunity, and like what Surma have done, they have not left it for too late.
Yeah, it's risk versus reward. If JSW Surma have any hope of having chance at the playoffs, that they need to take this risk. And I hope it's going to pay off for them. They've had about just under 3 minutes now without their goalkeeper and their extra field player, and they are yet to record a shot on goal.
Surma will want to believe. Funny things can happen in this sport. It just takes a matter of seconds for the game to completely be flipped on its head.
It really will do, but we're going to see perhaps a little bit of a gamesmanship as Lola Rea, she walks to the ball, takes her time, then a slow jog, and then in aerials the ball away. So every time that SG Pipers have a free hit, there won't be any rush. That's a beautiful pick there as well. Ishika on the ball, really important to keep possession now for her team. Are they able to? Granato is scrapping to get the ball, and she has done that very well. She's had moments where we've seen her and she has shown her greatness, but she's been a little bit quiet in today's game.
Perhaps it boils down to role clarity as well. They've tried and used her in as many different positions and as many different roles as possible. We have seen her play in a more advanced role for the better part of the league, but we saw her withdrawn earlier in a withdrawn position at the start of the contest. Then she started playing in a more advanced role, as is her wont. So it perhaps also boils down to that. It's of course safe to say that not too many things have fallen in place together at the right time for Team Surma. Again, they have been isolated in midfield and further behind as well. Sarah Robertson again fancying the right. Channeled out on that occasion has been Jyoti Chhatri. Goes for that slap cross. Again has come up a little dangerously. Costantino once again up to the mark. Again doing what goalkeeping 101 is, guard the near post.
Yeah, she did really well there. Yes, she lifted the ball, and Okawa was asking there, why is it not a penalty corner for us? For me, that's not dangerous. The ball can be played high as long as it is not impeding a player or is anywhere close to them causing danger. And that was a correct decision to play on by the umpire.
Again dispossessed on that occasion. SG Pipers, every time they have possession, it would mean curtains for the opposition, and then also it just adds to the panic that JLW Surma are already under. A little under 4 minutes left for Team Surma to try and eke out an equalizer. Granato on the left, trying to wriggle herself past 2 defenders.
Yeah, now it's going to be a really interesting game, as you see Olivia Shannon there trying to muster, trying to create something for her team, but it's going to be scrappy. It's going to be really condensed, tight hockey that we're going to see. And then every time SG Pipers get the ball, I think they'll be happy just to clear the ball away, sit back, and make sure that their press is where it needs to be. So really, again, compact, protecting the middle of the pitch. You can see how organised this Pipers defensive unit is, where they put pressure on, who's going to put pressure on. There it was Sunalita Topo, who's then going to get the ball back. For that, it was Caitlin Nobbs. This team defensively is showcasing why they are seen to be one of the best in this tournament.
Intense faces in the Surma camp as Savita looks to egg on her players as the Pipers have an open goal. Can they make good of the opportunity? And they do just that. And it's a late goal that's effectively sealed the issue. It's Sunalita Topo with a top-class goal, making a run from the midfield. They will want a referral. Jude Menezes urging his players, but they do not have a referral. They have burned their only referral.
You can't refer for anything outside the 25.
The only option is the umpire taking a referral.
No referral. No referral.
Yeah, so they don't have a referral, and Kelly Hudson also saying what they're asking for happened outside of the attacking 25, and a player cannot make a referral for that area. Take nothing away. This is so smart from Sunalita Topo. She knows that they've overcommitted. They knows they've stepped up. So a simple through the legs, use her raw pace, and then from a tight angle, just lift the ball. Again, it doesn't have to be hard or powerful. It just needs to be a little bit lifted. That bounce then beating the defender Cedrez as she tries with that reverse stick to intercept it, but she's pretty much sealed this game and this win for her team.
It also seals your prediction, Nikki. You had called 2-1 in favor of the Pipers. Perhaps not accurate on the score level, but the game isn't done yet as Granato has been awarded with the penalty corner. The Pipers are quick with the referral.
Rama, can you hear me?
Yes, Deepa, go ahead.
I have given penalty corner for the foot of the Pipers, but Pipers saying it's not. It's a high ball. Can you check?
They're asking for the dangerous ball.
Yes.
I'll have a look.
Yes.
A really clear question here. It's been blown for the foot, but the Pipers as a defending team saying that this is high. So this is interesting. I've seen these given both ways. So it's hit the knee. However, I mean, it's, again, it comes down to the height of everything like that. Beautiful skill from Granato, taking the ball in the air and then giving that little dink there. You've got Nob, she's crouching down for me. I think this is going to be a short corner.
It really doesn't look like the most optimistic of referrals.
Deepa, I have an advice for you. The ball has hit the knee of the defender. You can restart with a free hit and the Pipers keep the referral.
And that's a good referral then for the Pipers. As I say, I've seen them given both ways depending on how the defender is, if they're standing upright or they're bending down. But this time it's sided with the defending team. And again, everything seems to be going the Pipers' way at the moment with just under 2 minutes left. You've got a feel for JSW Surma. They can't seem to catch a break in this tournament.
We got off to a promising start by virtue of that penny squib drag flick and an early goal which was quickly cancelled out by Lola Riera's vicious strike. With under a minute and a half left, Pipers are, of course, odds-on favourites to clinch the issue over here. And a quiet phase for Surma. Chance again for Maria Granato. And again a good save. Cristina Cosentino has been brilliant under the bar all evening, and that's another exemplification of how effective she has been.
She has so important for her team. Robertson here having the back foot reverse cross there, and she's trying to find her teammates there, but she said it's just not working for this team. Constantino, though, I agree with you, Arun, she has been spectacular today. You can see from her movement how she's coordinating the defense in front of her. She's been instrumental in everything.
And that'll be that as SG Pipers have completed another win, rendering JSW Surma winless yet again. And this effectively cancels out JSW Surma with a shout for being inside, being in the race for the finals. But SG Pipers continue to be well on their merry way. Another dominating performance, another polished effort, another masterclass in finding solutions, working out problems on the go. And at full time, the scoreline is a just reflection of what Pipers have done so well over the course of the tournament. Another victory for them as the SG Pipers, with a goal in the first, second and the fourth quarters, complete a 3-1 win over JSW Surma Hockey Club.
मेरा नाम ब्यूटी डुंगडुंग है और मैं स्ट्राइकर खेलती हूँ। मैं चाहती हूँ कि मुझे दुनिया गोल मशीन के नाम पे जाने। मैं ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा गोल करूँ रांची रॉयल्स के लिए और मुझे प्लेयर ऑफ द टूर्नामेंट मिले। आप एक मैच हारते हो ना तो आपको पता लग जाता है कि आप गलती कहाँ पे कर रहे हो। हमारा ये था कि हम अपना बेस्ट देंगे। जो गोल स्कोरर किया 5 गोल, हमें बहुत ज़्यादा खुशी हुई कि हमने गोल किया। हमारे लिए भी टफ है, उनके लिए भी टफ है ओबियसली खेलना, क्योंकि वो 2 मैच हार चुके हैं और हम 1 लूज़ किए, 1 जीते हैं। तो हमें तो जीतना ही है। माइंडसेट तो यही रहेगा कि हमने और ऊपर जाना है, हमें नीचे नहीं आना है, तो हमें अपना लेवल अप करना है।
हाय, मैं हूँ गीता दुहन। आई एम लोला।
Welcome back if you've just joined in. The SG Pipers have completed another win over the JSW Surma Hockey Club, who in fact got off to a fine start with a goal from Penny Squibb in the 12th minute. But then Lola Riera cancelled it out in the very next minute, and Jyoti Singh, Sunilita Topo put on the finishing touches. Just a reminder that this isn't the only piece of hockey extravaganza we have today on Super Saturday, as we have the first match of the men's category with the Tamil Nadu Dragons taking on the Hyderabad Tufans in not too long from now. But before that, we have a presentation ceremony to deal with. Let's have a look at who the POTM is going to be.
SG Pipers return to the winning ways in the regulation time as they defeat the JSW Surma Hockey Club second time this season. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the post-match presentation ceremony for the Hero Hockey India League 2025-26 match between JSW Surma Hockey Club and SG Pipers. Hero Hockey India League would like to take this opportunity to thank their partners, title sponsor Hero Motocorp, broadcast partner DD Sports, streaming partner Waves, official hydration partner Bisleri, medical partner Apollo Hospital. Thank you for your support. Please welcome our dignitaries to present the Hero Vida Electric Player of the Match Award, Mr. Ashish Chauhan, Territory Sales Manager, Hero Motocorp Limited, and to present the best goal of the match by Freeman, please welcome Mr. Pankaj from Freeman's. And the award for the best goal of the match goes to Lola Riera from SG Pipers. The experienced Spaniard who scored her third goal of the season, the best drag flicker that we've seen in this league, always contributing towards her team's victory. And now, the award for the Hero Vida Electric Player of the Match goes to Cristina Cosentino from SG Pipers, the goalkeeper who saved almost everything that came her way today.
Thank you very much.
Stood tall like a wall in front of the goal and takes the player of the match. Cosentino, please here. You were under high pressure in the second half when they pulled their goalie. What was the plan to neutralize their attack?
No, I think it was delaying their attack, try to not have shots on goal. I think it was a great team effort. There were like 9 minutes of full running, and I think they did great. So thank you for helping me in the goal, and this is for the whole team also.
And they're cheering for you right now. But personally, how satisfying it is to defend the lead?
Great. I think we didn't think about this. We're just match and thinking about the next match, and in the moment, focusing on that, on trying to be better each day and try to get all the 3 points of each match.
And you're doing really well. Thank you so much for talking to us, and enjoy this victory.
Thank you very much.
Well, that's it from the presentation ceremony here.
Well, Cristina Cosentino capping off a brilliant campaign with another player of the match performance. And it's a victory that will provide vindication, validation of everything that's gone right for the SG Pipers.
Yeah, what a game that was in today for the second game of the year for the women. Penny Squibb, she was the lifeline that JSW Surma Hockey Club needed. She scored her first goal and her team's first goal. However, it wasn't to be. SG Pipers within a minute later came back, and it was the goal of the game. Lola Rea coming in with that drag flick, beating Savitha in the goal. And you can see what it meant. Her team knew how special that was. And then Jyoti Singh coming in here, working together with her team and catching the diving Savitha again in front of the goal. And that's what makes her a terrier of a sort of player, really finding any scrap that she can and making it into a sublime goal. JSW Surma then had to fight back. They had their chances, but the player of the match, Constantino, she was called into action and she did incredibly well. Nidhi, it has to be said, when she was subbed for Savitha for JSW Surma, was very strong as well for her team, but ultimately JSW Surma had to pull their goalkeeper, and then it was Sinalitha Topo putting a wide dodge in, using her excellent speed. And you can see how tired she was after that. She put the game out of reach for JSW Surma, and then it finished as that. 3 goals to 1, and it was an amazing performance by the SG Piper. Robertson giving a last-minute cross, but it was unable to come to anything for her team.
And the numbers bear out how the game really unfolded. SG Pipers had 7 shots as opposed to JSW Surma's 4, who had in fact half a dozen more circle penetrations than SG Pipers is 18. Just goes to show how purposeful the Pipers were in attack. They also had a better outing in regards to the penalty corners, and this victory keeps the SG Pipers firmly ensconced on top of the table by virtue of their 3rd victory in 4 games, and their solitary loss coming by way of a shootout. JSW Surma Hockey Club, well, unfortunately the campaign has run aground and have been handed out their 4th successive defeat. And tomorrow on Super Sunday, we will of course come in live at 2:30 p.m. in the afternoon. The Ranchi Bengal Tigers taking on Ranchi Royals, the home side. Coming to you live from the Marangom K. Jayapal Singh AstroTurf Hockey Stadium, Ranchi. But today also marks the beginning of the Hero Hockey India League men's competition, with the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons taking on last year's runners-up Hyderabad Tufans in just a few minutes from now at the Mayor Radhakrishnan Hockey Stadium, Chennai. We thank you for your company here from Ranchi. Signing off is Nikki Lloyd and Arun Venugopal.